Some songs return to us through a voice, a chorus, or the memory of where we first heard them. Others live inside a single sound we may have recognized for decades without ever knowing its name. A strange keyboard pulse, a horn that seems to float, or a guitar that somehow speaks can become part of our emotional history. Today, we're revisiting 15 unforgettable records and uncovering the instruments, effects, and happy studio accidents that gave them their unmistakable identities. Number 1. I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. The moment that riff arrives, the air seems to roughen around it. Keith Richards recorded it through a Maestro FZ1 fuzz tone, an effect that made his guitar sound clipped, distorted, and almost mechanically damaged. The surprising part is that Richards did not consider it the finished arrangement. He imagined the riff as a horn line and used the fuzz guitar as a temporary guide, expecting brass to replace it later. Instead, the placeholder became the record's defining sound. The song reached number 1 in America, and the once obscure fuzz pedal suddenly became one of rock's most desired pieces of equipment. Even Otis Redding's later cover, Driven by Horns, echoed the arrangement Richards had first heard in his head. Sometimes the sound that changes music is not the one anyone planned to keep. It is the accident nobody can improve. Number 2. Superstition by Stevie Wonder.
Very superstitious.
That opening groove feels too sharp, too elastic, and too physical to be coming from an ordinary keyboard. Stevie Wonder created it on a Hohner clavinet, an instrument whose strings are pressed against metal by rubber-tipped mechanisms beneath the keys. Its dry, percussive attack allowed him to play like a guitarist, drummer, and keyboardist all at once. Wonder layered several clavinet parts, then added drums and synthesized bass, building a rhythm that seemed to snap and breathe. The song emerged during his collaboration with guitarist Jeff Beck, whose early drum pattern helped spark the idea, though Motown quickly recognized that Wonder's own version had enormous hit potential. It became a number 1 single. For generations of listeners, that riff has sounded like funk, distilled into one mysterious machine. The clavinet did not merely accompany Superstition, it gave the warning in the song its strut, its tension, and its unforgettable grin. Number 3. Penny Lane by the Beatles. Few sounds in 1960s pop feel as bright or weightless as the tiny trumpet floating above Penny Lane. Paul McCartney became fascinated with the instrument after hearing classical trumpeter David Mason perform Bach's Second Brandenburg Concerto on television. Rather than merely imitate the sound, the Beatles invited Mason himself to Abbey Road. On 17 January 1967, he recorded the brilliant piccolo trumpet solo that became one of the song's defining moments. The instrument is smaller and pitched higher than a standard trumpet, giving it that clear, almost impossible gleam. Against the everyday images and childhood memories of Liverpool, the solo makes the street seem polished by imagination. It lifts the record away from simple nostalgia and into something dreamlike. Where ordinary places become permanent through recollection. The piccolo trumpet lasts only a short while, yet it changes the emotional temperature of the entire song. Memory, like music, often shines brightest in the smallest details. Number 4. Show Me the Way by Peter Frampton. On the radio, Peter Frampton's guitar seemed to open its mouth and sing. The secret was a talk box, a device as physical as it was futuristic. The amplified guitar signal traveled through a plastic tube placed beside Frampton's mouth. By shaping vowels and moving his jaw, he filtered that sound before a microphone captured it. The guitar was not producing words, and Frampton was not singing into the tube. His mouth acted as a living effects chamber. He had already been using the Heil talkbox on stage before the live version of Show Me the Way became a major hit from Frampton Comes Alive. The effect felt electronic, yet strangely human. That tension gave the performance its magic. Transforming machinery through breath, movement, and personality. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Number 5. Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. The opening of Paint It Black does not sound like conventional rock arriving through the front door. It coils into the room, metallic and uneasy, carried by Brian Jones on sitar. During the arrangement, Jones used the Indian instrument to follow and reshape the song's melodic line. Turning what might have remained a dark guitar record into something far more unsettling. The sitar had already begun entering Western pop, but here it was not used to suggest peace, spirituality, or gentle exoticism. Its buzzing resonance deepened the feeling of grief and obsession. The single reached #1 in both the United States and Britain, helping confirm that unfamiliar instruments could sit at the center of mainstream rock. Jones's contribution also revealed how adventurous the Stones could be beyond their blues roots. The sitar does not decorate the sadness of Paint It Black. It makes the sorrow feel restless, foreign, and impossible to escape. Number 6. Feels So Good by Chuck Mangione. There was something unmistakably gentle about hearing "Feels So Good" drift from a car radio in the late 1970s. The melody came from Chuck Mangione's flugelhorn, a brass instrument shaped like a softer, rounder cousin of the trumpet. Its wider tubing gave the tone warmth instead of brilliance, which helped the record feel intimate even when it filled an entire room. The original album performance ran close to 10 minutes before being edited into a radio-friendly single, yet the shorter version still reached #4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Mangione also played electric piano and arranged the recording, while guitarist Grant Geisman added its fluid, conversational solo. The result crossed jazz, pop, and easy listening, without fully belonging to any one of them. That flugelhorn did not announce a grand arrival. It sounded like happiness remembered from far away, softened by time but still glowing. Number 7. A Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum.
And the truth is plain to see.
From its opening seconds, A Whiter Shade of Pale feels as though it has drifted in from another time. Matthew Fisher created that atmosphere on a Hammond M102 organ.
Let her face at first just ghostly,
playing a descending, box-shaped line that gave the record its solemn grandeur. Session drummer Bill Iden appeared on the famous recording instead of the band's regular drummer, another hidden detail behind its familiar sound. Fisher's organ contribution became so important that he later gained legal recognition as a co-writer. The instrument makes the song feel sacred and earthly at once, like a celebration already touched by loss. It does not simply accompany the melody, it creates the space in which the entire record seems to breathe. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next. Number 8. Popcorn by Hot Butter. For many listeners, Popcorn is remembered long before its title returns. The bouncing lead came from a Moog synthesizer, an instrument that still sounded futuristic. When Hot Butter carried the tune onto pop radio in 1972, the composition had begun earlier, when Gershon Kingsley recorded Popcorn in 1969 for Music to Moog By. Hot Butter member Stan Free had also performed with Kingsley's first Moog quartet before helping reshape the piece into a worldwide hit. Their version reached number 9 in America and climbed even higher elsewhere. Its electronic chirps made the synthesizer feel playful instead of threatening, like a toy box opening rather than a machine taking control. Popcorn helped carry electronic sound into ordinary homes. The future did not arrive with thunder or warning. It arrived bouncing, blinking, and somehow familiar the first time people heard it.
He knows I'm gonna stay.
Number 9. California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. The ache in California Dreamin' deepens when the voices fade and a low, breathy flute enters. That instrument is an alto flute, played by West Coast jazz musician Bud Shank. Its larger body and lower register gave the solo a darker color than a standard concert flute could provide. The recording also had an unusual history. The group first sang backing vocals on Barry McGuire's version, then reused much of the track while replacing his lead and reshaping the arrangement around their harmonies. Shank's solo took the place of the earlier instrumental break and turned the song from a sunny fantasy into something closer to homesickness. The record reached number 4 in America. Yet its emotional weather has always felt colder than its title. Would you say that alto flute is what makes the song feel truly lonely? Comment yes if you agree.
Today we passed on the street.
Number 10. Cry Like a Baby by the Box Tops.
I cry like a baby. What?
At first, the buzzing line in Cry Like a Baby sounds like another real sitar entering late 1960s pop, but this one is a trick. Guitarist Reggie Young played a choral electric sitar. An American-built guitar fitted with a special bridge that imitated the metallic resonance of the Indian instrument. Young belonged to the Memphis Boys, the respected house band at American Sound Studio, whose musicians supplied the backing behind teenage singer Alex Chilton. Chilton was only 17 when the song reached number 2 in 1968. Although his tired, weathered voice made the heartbreak sound far older, the electric sitar gave the arrangement a strange shimmer, recognizable yet slightly artificial. That difference makes it a perfect companion to Paint It Black. Two records can appear to speak the same musical language while using entirely different instruments to express it. Number 11. Maggie May by Rod Stewart. By the time the mandolin enters near the end of Maggie May, the song already feels like an old confession told after midnight. That bright, chiming part was played by Ray Jackson of Lindisfarne. Although the original album notes did not properly identify him by name. Instead, Rod Stewart offered a joking thank you to the unnamed mandolin player, a credit that later became part of the record's complicated history. The song itself had started as the B-side to Reason to Believe, but radio stations preferred Maggie May and listeners soon pushed it to #1 in both Britain and America. Jackson's mandolin helped separate the record from ordinary rock, giving its regret a rustic, almost handed-down quality. It sounds less like a polished hit than a memory someone has carried for years. Some instruments decorate a song. This one makes the past feel close enough to touch. Number 12, Heart of Glass by Blondie. Heart of Glass moves on a pulse too precise to feel entirely human. Beneath Clem Burke's live drumming sits a Roland CR78 drum machine, one of the earliest rhythm boxes heard clearly on a worldwide #1 pop hit. Keyboardist Jimmy Destry brought the machine into the sessions, while producer Mike Chapman worked to connect its mechanical timing with Burke's forceful performance. That pairing created the record's tension, a cool electronic grid beneath a band still playing with rock urgency. The CR78 also helped synchronize other electronic parts, making the arrangement sound unusually exact for 1979. Some Blondie fans resisted the group's shift toward disco. Yet the gamble opened a doorway into the coming decade. The machine never replaces the drummer. It gives him something metallic to push against. Heart of Glass sounds like the 70s fading as the 80s quietly switch on.
Who's the cat that won't cop out?
Number 13, Theme from Shaft by Isaac Hayes. Before Isaac Hayes begins to sing, one guitar sound has already told us everything about John Shaft. Session guitarist Skip Pitts created that sharp, strutting figure with a wah-wah pedal, rocking the device beneath his foot while working a tightly controlled rhythm on the strings. Pitts used a Maestro boomerang wah, and the moving filter produced the famous sweep that later became shorthand for early 1970s funk. The idea was shaped to match footage of Shaft walking through New York, which explains why the riff feels less like accompaniment and more like motion itself. The single reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, while Hayes' soundtrack also became a landmark in film music. Yet the pedal alone was never the whole secret. The effect, its personality. Technology supplied the voice, but the musicians supplied the swagger. That guitar does not follow the hero down the street. It walks beside him. Number 14, Nights in White Satin by the Moody Blues. Few recordings carry their own mist the way Nights in White Satin does. Much of its haunted string sound comes from a Mellotron played by Mike Pinder, a keyboard that triggered short tape recordings beneath each key. Because those tapes could wobble, drag, and drift out of tune, the effect felt more fragile than a real string section. Pinder understood the instrument unusually well because he had worked for Streetly Electronics, the company linked to building it, before joining the Moody Blues. The album also featured a genuine orchestra in its framing passages, so the illusion was never completely electronic. Written by Justin Hayward when he was 19, the song first struggled in America before its 1972 reissue reached #2. The Mellotron gave youthful heartbreak an ancient atmosphere. Its beauty comes from sounding almost real and almost broken at once. Number 15, Runaway by Del Shannon. The last sound in our countdown may be the hardest one to name because it came from an instrument built for one musician's imagination. Max Crook created the Musitron by heavily modifying a clavioline with extra electronic components, vacuum tube circuitry, and effects that produced a piercing, otherworldly tone. After an early recording session failed to capture the song's potential, Runaway was rewritten and rearranged so Crook's homemade keyboard could take center stage. The final recording was made at Bell Sound Studios in January 1961. Then sped up slightly, raising both its pitch and its nervous energy. The single reached #1 for 4 weeks, but the Musitron remained mysterious, even as its solo became instantly recognizable. It sounds futuristic, lonely, and almost impossible to place in its own decade. Some records preserve a moment. Runaway preserves a machine, a friendship, and a sound no factory ever truly standardized. The instruments behind these songs remind us that musical memory is rarely built from voices alone. A fuzz pedal, a flugelhorn, a mellotron, or a homemade keyboard can become the part we carry for decades without knowing what created it. Those sounds age with us, gathering memories from car radios, bedrooms, dances, and long drives home. Which instrument surprised you most? Share it in the comments, and subscribe to Retro Rewind for more stories about the records that never really leave us.